I was standing out there gassing up my truck, and normally I just stand out there until I'm all gassed up. But boy, I had to get back in and I just watched the meter. I didn't think it was ever going to stop. But we're going to back up and turn it over to Stephen, and I'm going in and get me maybe a bite of bacon-flavored oatmeal and get on the couch and take a nap. So 7 trees, everybody. Stay safe, stay well, and if you don't have to get out, don't. It's going to be miserable this weekend. Alrighty, Stephen, turn it over to your capable hands, and I'll get out of here and quit making a mess. And good morning, Bill. And I haven't told a lie, I don't think.
WB8 BMW, W8 WKY. We do appreciate you being here, Jim, for always doing the pre-morning. So thank you for that. I'll be using NetLogger this morning if you'd like to install it. It's located at netlogger.org. Look for the Barometer Net, W8 WKY. Should be a good one. And then just join that net. All right, what are we doing now? We are going to read off the list of people that we have currently, and then right after that, we are going to take some check-ins for short time and mobile, but this is what I got so far. We had our fearless leader, WB8 VMW Jim, W8 GXX Tom, N8 VFK Cliff, KC8 FQV Mark, N8 YMY John, who said he's going back to bed. I don't blame you. W8 TD John, N8 WS Bill, KD8 SLG Nick, who also went back to the Posturepedic system there. K8 PMI Phil standing in the weeds over there. N9 TN JJ, AC and AT John, K8 MMY Chris, K4 OG Mark, K8 SFS Mark. We had the W8 JAX and K8 JAX and K9 LUCY team. We're going to get to you guys right after we do our short times. Before we start our night, K8 HNK Elmer, KD8 ZSH Randy, K5 CFY Ray, K8 UIB, who was standing out there in the aim window, and I threw him on the log. So, and then you have me, your fearless leader, I guess, part-time fearless leader. Kind of not so fearless, but anyways. And then I'll give you guys some news just right after I take some check-ins. That was really good news this week. But anyways, this is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Saturday Barometer Net, and I'm going to be taking some check-ins for mobile in a short time. If you're mobile in short time, please give me a call. Please give me a call phonetically, and then follow that up with alphanumerically with your call sign. Phonetically, alphanumerically, that helps me get you on the log a little bit faster and easier with the ears, a little bit better to hear, and then we're going to move on. So please call short time mobile or in and out for the Sarah Net. And thank you to all of our listeners. Please call W8 WKY.
W8 WKY, KF8 AHK, Dale Mobile, short time. KF8 FIA.
And Stefan, this is Mark, WB6BJN. I've been trying to check in with Jim, and he's the one that thought I was a female voice, I guess. Put me on your list down the road for weather today, WB6BJN.
All right, let me pick it up there real quick. All right, I had two people that collided with each other. One sounded like a KF8H, and then the other one sounded like Josh, but KF8H, if that's what you are, if you can give me your call so I can correct it.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot India Alpha, Scott. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Alpha, Hotel, Kilo, Dale, and Louisville, mobile and short time.
November 8, Mike Kilo Romeo, mobile, John.
All right, let me pick it up there. Dale, KF8, give me your call one more time, but you are up, my friends. Great to have you here this morning.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot India Alpha. Good morning. I have to say, I travel all over northern Ohio, and this is the most active repeater for an early morning person such as myself. I've been listening a lot. I've actually checked in once from my residence in Mount Gilead, Ohio, which I think is 53 or 56 miles from the repeater. Today I'm traveling from Mount Gilead up to Hudson, Ohio. It's an early trip, so I can try to get back to Mount Gilead before our white death begins. I just wanted to reach out. I was listening when I left the house this morning, and I am now going past the Ashland exit. Things look great. Roads are clear. No traffic. And I'm appreciative of this net every morning. I listen every morning on my way to work in Upper Sandusky, where I start my day and then travel all over northern Ohio. So you all are great. I appreciate you all. I enjoy the rag chewing that I hear in the mornings, and keeps me occupied going to work. So I just want to thank everybody and just say 73 and KF8 FIA mobile in my little Toyota.
KF8 FIA, got you there. Thank you, appreciate that, Scott. Thank you, and yeah, be safe on the road. I'm going to have to get on the road right after the net because I got to do a couple things, but I'll share that information after the short 4-person check-in before I start the top of the net. We had KF8 AH, and I missed the last call, part of that call, but if you want to give me that, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
KF8 Alpha Hotel Kilo, Dale in Louisville, mobile, heading to Walmart for a grocery pickup, and then I got to head back later to get a prescription. It's not ready yet. And then I'm going to try to make it to church at 4 o'clock, and then after that I'm done. I'm staying in. Got 0 degrees here in my truck on the road here. Planning on doing some Winterfield Day activation activities from home most of the day, off and on, and tomorrow. And anyways, with that, everybody, if you're out there, be safe. If you're traveling, don't travel unless you have to, especially tomorrow. But be safe, and talk to everybody real soon. 73 and back to net control.
All right, give me the very last letter. I keep missing it for some reason. The very last letter of your call.
Kilo. Alpha Hotel Kilo.
All right, Dale, we appreciate that. KF8AHK, and we had N8MKR. N8MKR. W8WKY. John, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today.
Well, good morning, Stephen. Good morning, everyone on the net. This is N8MKR, mobile in East Akron. Just want to wish everybody a safe weekend, and wish I wasn't having to be out today. But here I go. Take care. N8MKR 73.
N8MKR, we do appreciate you being here, my friend. Thank you so much for that. And we'll be listening out for you in the future. And like everybody says, you don't have to be on the road. Don't be on the road. So, and especially after midnight tonight, the snow is supposed to hit us. That's what I keep hearing, midnight tonight. We'll see what happens, right? So, Mark, I did hear you. I'll get you a little bit further down on the log, WB6BJN, so hang in there. But let me jump up to our W8JX and KJX. Rod and Wendy, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here today.
Hey, good morning there, Stefan, and to all on the Barometer Net this morning. This is W8JAX, and we are Portable Pedestrian. Miss Wendy and Miss Lucy are with me today.
Good morning there, Stefan. This is K8JAX. So good morning to everyone out there. And all the ducks and the geese are here eating along the side of the pond, because someone just fed them. So everyone have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, everyone stay safe up there. Like I mentioned when Jim gave us a call earlier this morning, we're going to skirt it. I don't think we're going to get much of the storm. It might cool down a little bit for us next week, but nothing too serious. We're 55 degrees right now. We're going up to 65. Actually, tomorrow they're calling for 80 degrees for the high temperature, so that's well above normal for us. And the ocean, though, stirred up. We got 9-foot seas out here. So everyone stay safe. WHAAX, portable pedestrian. We'll be clear.
WAGAX and KAJAX, we do appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much. And, yeah, be safe down there. Of course, you're in a little bit of warmer climate than we are. I have a friend of mine who's heading down your way shortly. But, yeah, should be good. She's going to be down there for 2 months checking on their condo. Her husband just passed this last month, and or December, I should say. November, and he worked at Tri-C, so I knew him. He's a good friend. WAJAX and, I'm sorry, WA8. Let me say that again. Tongue-tied. WA8GXX, W8WKY. Tom, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here today. All right, Tom must have went to bed, or, he said he was working. That's right. So he must have turned it off and headed to work. Boy, that's a good work day for Tom. He's going to be a little bit cold, I think, but we'll see. All right, move to N8, VFK, W8WKY. Clip, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here.
N8WB and Net, N8 VFK. Good morning, Stephen, and all the barometer netters out there. Well, here in Columbia Station, I'm currently at -1. I had a low at -7 around midnight. Got a -5 dew point, 83% humidity, and my barometer is 30.68 and steadily rising. I know we got some crud coming in today, or tonight. I'm all set. Got all my supplies, and I just hunkered down. Got my tractor all prepped for digging out when it's all said and done. Got my snowsuit out, so I'll be plenty warm on the tractor. And because I'll be probably clearing out my neighbors' driveways to give them a path to get out, depending on how much snow we get. But I'm more likely going to be doing it anyway. I got one neighbor's got health issues, and I always try to take care of them. With that, I'm going to let you get on down the line there and get as many check-ins as you can. N8WBs, N8VFK, 73s, everybody.
N8VFK, W8WKY. We do appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, Cliff. We do appreciate that. KC8FQV, W8WKY. Mark, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here.
All right, Stephen, morning, KC8FQV. Yeah, I just went and looked at the thermometer again. I don't know if there's a minus on that one or not. It's part of the thermostat system, for the heat pump and that. It was at 6 earlier, and now it's 4. So I don't know if I did see a 0, so I don't know if we went below 0 or we started back up and now we're going back down. I think we might have been below 0, maybe, possibly. But, yeah, the governor yesterday afternoon said, don't go out to travel because it's going to be bad this weekend. And, yeah, make sure you check your counties because the sheriffs could throw up different levels, 1, 2, or 3. You get into 3, yeah, you don't want to be out there. 2, yeah, they'll question. So, but we'll send it back your way, stuff, and KC8 Fox Queen Victor.
KC8FQB, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Mark. Thank you so much for joining us, as always, and thank you for the tips for travel today, always. And most of those tips people know, but you know what? It's always good to hear them a second, third, 14th time. because I'm crazy enough to drive out there. Well, I got to drive out there today for two reasons. One is I got to go and I said I would share some news. My mother got out of the hospital this week on Tuesday, and she was in the hospital from December 28th. She and I both got the flu visiting my nephews for Christmas Day, and I got it done in 3 days, and she just kind of fell down the hole, unfortunately, but she's a lot better now, and she came home Tuesday. I spent the night with her. No, a friend of mine, Ray, spent the night with her. A friend of mine, ham radio buddy's wife, good friends, both of them. And then I spent the night with her, and then Ray spent the last 2 nights with her, and I'm going to go pick Ray up a little bit after the net and take her back home to Randy, KF8, TOB. So, that being said, I'm glad to have Mom home, and she seems like she's kicking it. So we'll see what happens, and praise God, man. Another day. W8TD, W8WKY. John, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here today.
WB in the net, Whiskey 8 Tango Delta. Morning all, hope everybody's staying safe and warm. I intend to hang around the house this weekend. Kind of want to see how many different bands I can work the club's field day station on. So I'll be listening out for them. Otherwise, just relaxing, waiting for the snow. NAWB in the net, W8TD.
W8TD, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, John. Yeah, I got that email this week about the change in the winter field day location because of the weather. So it's gonna, if you remember Sarah, you can go and look in your emails, check it out, see if it's you get the junk or not the junk. If you got your email already, you know it got moved down. I believe it was Canton, and all that information is in the email that Josh sent out. So, but yeah. It sounds like it's going to be a good event. I unfortunately can't do it today because I have to. I'm doing church duty today. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But today I'll be in the booth, so pretty cool there. NAWS W8WKY. Bill and Judy, you are up, my friends. Great to have you here today. NAWS, in case you're there. Didn't know if you were still there. NAWS, otherwise I'll put you as a not heard and call you later. All right, we'll circle back to Bill, and we'll go to KB8, TPQ, W8, WKY. Ron, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here today. KB8 TPQ, in case you're still there. Well, I didn't hear that he was going to be in and out, but hey, or going back to bed or something like that. But hey, hope you're having a good day, Ron, if you are listening. If anybody wants to jump back on the log or jump back on the net, all you got to do is say recheck, and we'll jump over to you. KPMI, W8WKY. Phil, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here today.
Whiskey, now I'm forgetting your call there, Stefan. November 8, Whiskey Bravo, this is K8PMI. Good morning there, Stefan. Good morning to everybody out there on the net. Just be safe out there. I'm going to be heading off the field day here, just doing an hour at one of the bands starting at 1. So hopefully see a couple of you out there, and just be safe with this weather coming in. Other than that, I'll send it back to you, Stefan. This is K8PMI.
K8PMI, you don't have to give an address or anything, but when you got the email, where did the new location get moved to?
It's at North Canton at one of the Canton members' house. So we'll be in the basement. I guess I don't know all the details. I've been busy and wasn't happy to participate. So, it's all on the website, so if you're interested, go ahead and log in the website and get the address. Back to you. This is K8PMI.
W8WKY.
K8PMI, W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here, Phil. Thank you so much for sharing that information. And way down in the bushes, way down on the log in the AIM window, we have our fearless leader. And I will see if he wants me to throw him on the log. I sent him a text message. So that being said, N9TN W8WKY. JJ, if you're still there down in Tennessee, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here today.
Well, good morning, Stephen. Good morning, everybody on the net. Hope you're doing okay. Hope everybody else is doing all right. I think we may miss the majority of the weather. The big thing going to be here is ice in combination of sleet and cold temperatures. Anyway, that's why we moved here, to get away from all that. Oh, goodness. Once every couple of years, it doesn't bother me. Anyway, not much going on here. Just trying my best to stay out of the hospitals and doctors' offices. I've already been to the hospital 3 times this year and been to many doctor's appointments, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to try to do better. N9TN, back to you.
N9TN W8WKY. We do appreciate you, JJ, always here. Good to hear your voice every single time. And, yeah, please be safe down there. And I'll be heading your way the Friday before Mother's Day, Lord willing. I always say Lord willing because you never know what the Lord wants, but our annual fishing trip to Tennessee, Lake North, Tennessee. That's where we head, and that's where I will be. But it's great to hear you, my friend. So thank you so much. And, yeah, so the fearless leader told me to throw him on the log. So if you're on the log there, you'll see AA8CS down in the number 30 spot. That's pretty cool down there. And I just saw K5 CFY. He was on the log and in the AIM window. So very, very cool. K8MMY. Chris, great seeing you this last week on the Zoom meeting for NORS, and I was actually at the NORS location. So it was a good meeting. Good to have you here this morning, Chris. You're up, my friend. K8MMY, if you're still there. All right, let's move up to AC8AT. I didn't hear that he was in and out this morning when he checked in with Jim, but if you're still there, AC8AT, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here today. All right, AC8AT, if you're still there. Got a lot of not heards. Boy, a lot of people went back to bed or out shoveling snow or throwing salt or something. AC8AT, in case you're still there. If not, we'll move over to K4OG in just a second. All right, K4OG, W8WKY. You're up, my friend, Mark. It's great to have you here today. And I know I heard you because you said you might not be going to Winter Field Day because you're printing a storm or something on your new 3D printer. Something like that. I don't remember what it is. Yeah, just be cautious, man. If you're going to print something on a 3D printer, only 3 to 6 inches, please. Great to have you here.
WHWKY, K4OG. Good morning, Stefan. Yeah, I contributed my 9700 and antenna so they can get the 23 centimeter band, and I think they're going to have enough operators, and I just don't want to go down there and track more mud and snow into the missus' house. I know how my wife is. I'm not saying she's any difficult or whatever, but I think there's just going to be enough of us down there to represent and do a fantastic job. So I'll just be misbehaving up here. K4OG, back to the net.
K4OG, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Mark. And yeah, that sounds good. And later on, you'll have to text me a message and tell me which one you got. I'm thinking maybe a lot of people get the Cruelty, but if that's the one, just give me a text message. Let me know. I have a friend of mine is at my church, works in the booth with me. His name is Bob. He's got 2 kids, and his daughter got a 3D printer years ago, and she turned that into a business, and I believe now she has 10 3D printers, and she's buying 2 more. So she does everything, including color 3D printers. So it'll do color, and she makes some pretty cool stuff. Lampshades, and when you turn the light on, you see pictures in them. So if you send her your photos, 3D prints the pictures, and as soon as you turn the light on, they're black and white, of course. But she also has a color version of that. You turn the light on, and you see kind of a color picture inside the lamp shade. So by the shadows and stuff like that. Pretty cool. K8SFS, W8WKY. Mark, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here today.
Stephanie, and we got mine at 3 degrees. That's what mine say right here, and partly cloudy, and it's going to get up to 12 degrees today. Still like 3 degrees, and wind is 6 miles per hour east northeast. And gas price $2.89 to $2.80. Well, $2.88, $2.89 is all around Wadford and that. And let me drop this for a bit. Going okay. Phil came over to my place last Tuesday and put my bed together. So my new bed. And so I'm laying on it right now, listening to you guys talking and enjoying myself and everything. Yeah, like I say, I'm enjoying my bed. I don't know how many times I can thank Phil for coming over and helping me put the bed together, and that. I can tell him 1,000 times, thank you. All I can tell. With that, that's pretty much it. And be careful out there. I just ordered some things at Walmart, some food in there, and they made it short. They made me cut it down. So they're only taking short orders today. Don't order a whole bunch of things if you're going to have something delivered to your place. They'll make you cut it down. So I guess they're trying to prepare for the bad weather going to hit, and that's why. But out of that, I'll give it back to you. 73 Q8 Serpato, sir.
K8SFS, W8WKY. We do appreciate you, Mark. Thank you so much. And yeah, that's a good thing to know. And I would think that would be true most stores. I think what happens is that people don't stock up on stuff, and then they figure when an emergency happens, they can run down to the store. Well, I remember when we had the big power grid failure, like 10 years ago, and maybe 15 years ago now. Yeah, it was probably 15. I don't remember when that was. Jason did a presentation on why the power grid died when we were down at the bar there in Norton. But I went to the store, and the whole thing was sold out, and I watched every single aisle was people had water and generators and everything that they could buy at the Walmart, so in their carts. So I wasn't there to buy stuff. I was there to get a small thing, but because we already had our supplies, but just the lines were just amazingly long. So yeah, be careful out there and don't overbuy, and get it ahead of time. You know, put some big packages away of the stuff that you need. So anyways, there you have it. I was a little remiss earlier, and I went down my log, and I forgot to acknowledge N8YMY John, who checked in with Jim, and he went back to bed because he's got a long day driving a truck if he needs to move snow, and KD8SLG, who also was with us with Jim. So I want to say hello to both of those, and I want to go back up real quick and see if N8WS is with us, because he wasn't just a second ago. Bill, if you're still here, you're up, my friend.
N8WB in the group, N8WS. Good morning, Stephen. Sorry about that. I dozed off. I'm not ashamed to admit it either. That happens sometimes. Didn't sleep very good last night. Oh, well, that's life, I guess. Let me see here what's going on. Air quality index is at 31. Tropo is at a 0. I got minus 3 degrees. Humidity 71%. Wind speed northwest at 5. Barometer 3059. 2.10 degrees. Visibility 10 miles. Wind chill factor minus 14 degrees. If you got to go out, boy, be sure to bundle up and cover up all bare skin. Oh, prediction for today is now until 7 a.m. Saturday. We're under a cold weather advisory. Today, high 11 degrees, mainly cloudy. Okay. Come on. My sunrise, 7:43. My sunset, 5:34. Length today, 9 hours, 50 minutes. And let me break for time, too. Solar flux indices at 180. Sunspot number 150. A is 28. K is 2. Geomagnetic field is quiet. No east kit predicted. Might turn out to be a good day to be on the radio. Too bad the winter field day didn't start today. Okay, let's see. I did that one already. Having a little trouble with my computer. Yeah. SpaceWeather.com. Quiet weekend. The sun is tempered with sunspots. At least 9 sunspot groups. Nevertheless, solar activity is expected to be low this weekend. All of the sunspots have stable magnetic fields that are unlikely to explode, and a rare gathering of solar system objects. With a good picture, too. Noah's coronagraph shows everything. Venus, Mercury, Moon, Mars, and the sun exploding. That's a great picture and a good article. If you got time, take a look at it. That's about it for me, Stephen. Sorry about the mishap there. N8WB in the group, 7-3, everyone. Everyone stay warm, stay cold, stay on the warm side of the door. 7-3, everyone. N8WS.
N8WS, W8WKY. Thanks, Bill. And Judy for being here always. And Bill, I always share this every once in a while, but when I started amateur radio many years ago, I started with the West Park Radio Ops, and Bill and Judy and several other good friends were part of that club. Still are, as a matter of fact, as am I. But Bill was instrumental. And then when I found out his call sign was one letter away from mine, I thought that was pretty cool. So, but Bill's been a friend all these many years. So thanks, Bill, for hanging in there and on always being part of this. So we're gonna go down in Akron and see how the chickens did, because I heard him talking with Jim this morning. K8HNK W8WKY. Elmer, how are the birds? I hope that they're doing good. I know in the wintertime when I used to work on the farm on really, 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 really cold days, we used to take not the chickens because they didn't have But we take all the outside animals in, like dogs or cats or things like that, to, you know, help them out. But how's your chickens? It's great to have you, Emma.
Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, the rest of the listeners. I haven't got outside to check on the chickens yet. Last night I threw a lot of extra fluff in their coop, dry fluff, and made them go in before the sun went down. It's kind of a forced thing that I do. It was still in the single digits, but it was so that they could start building heat. I put some tarps over the coop to kind of not only trap heat, but block the wind chill. So this morning I'm going to get ready to go over. I haven't heard our big boy calling out yet, but of course he doesn't do it when it's super cold either, so he kind of reserves energy. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to you there, Stephen. K8, H&K, back over to net control. Everybody stay healthy, stay blessed, stay warm today, and K back to net control, 73.
K8HNK W8 WKY. We do appreciate you, Elmer. Thank you so much. And we're going to move over to the guy who right now is singing a song for it's not One Is the Loneliest Number, but it's Three Dog Night, that's for sure, when they're sitting on Randy's lap. And you know, that is the reason Three Dog Night had their, well, one of the reasons is because when it's really, really cold in Alaska or those places, you bring three of your huskies in. They have 100-degree body temperature, so yeah, dogs will keep you warm. Katie, ZSH, W8, WKY. Randy, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today with your 3 dogs, or 4 dogs. Might even be 6 dogs, I'm not even sure.
KD8 ZSH. Good morning, Stephen. Good morning, everybody. Well, we have 4 altogether. 3 King Charles Spaniels and a German Shepherd, all females. Right now, I guess the chair got a little too warm for most of them. They're off and scattered across the living room here. I've still got one of my chair here with me. Not much to say other than, you know, stay warm, stay safe, and stay inside if you can. It is cold outside. No snow yet here when I let them out early this morning, but I know it's coming. Well, have a good weekend, and we'll talk at you later. KD8 ZSH clear, and back to net. 73s, everybody.
KD8 ZSH W8 WKY. A little bit ago, when Jim talked to Randy, he had the 4 dogs sitting on his lap. That was pretty cool. They were looking for the alpha male, apparently, but the one that's still there knows who Daddy is. There you go. So that's pretty cool. Thank you, my friend, for sharing and always being here. K5 CFY W8 WKY. Ray, who's been active in the window, the AIM window on NetLogger. If you ever get NetLogger and you install it and you join a net, you'll open up the AIM window and you can see all the chatter that goes on. Pretty cool stuff, though. And our friend Gary's on there, and Ray's on there, and everybody's on there. So very, very cool. Ray, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
WKY, K5, CFY. Good to hear you in there, Stephen. Anyway, it's cold here. I think it's about 8 degrees. We didn't get the snow that they were predicting, but we got about 2 inches, I think. But good to hear everybody out there, and we're definitely going to stay on the inside. So I'll give it back to you, Stephen. Have a great net. K5, CFY.
K5 CFY W8 WKY. We do appreciate you, Ray, and yeah, down there over and across in Oklahoma. I guess it's a little bit cold too. You said, I heard you telling somebody this morning, or somebody said that from close to that area. So everybody, stay warm, stay cold, stay inside if you can. I got to run out in a little bit and take Ray, KE8 TLB's wife, back to him. She's staying with my mother for the last 2 days since my mom got out of the hospital on Tuesday, but yeah, It's going to be a cold one. But, you know, it's not like we don't know cold. I mean, right? I mean, that's why we haven't moved except for the JAXs. But I kid, I love them. All right, we're gonna get the dynamic duel here, and I think they know who they are, but we're gonna go with ladies' choice today. So KF8, DTP, W8, WKY. I know that John's gonna pat me in the head next time I say it, but Lori, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today.
W8 WKY from KF8 DTP. Hope everybody's staying warm on this cold Saturday morning. I have to run out, grab a couple things that we forgot at that madhouse of a crazy store last night that we went to. But other than that, John and I are homebound. Unfortunately, guys, the Maslin had to cancel our winter field day down at our shack. Due to we had a water main break, and it's going to be a bit of a repair to fix it, and they might have to shut our power off. So we don't have a backup, so we're all just saying, fire them radios up, everybody. It's field day. With that, this is KF8 DTP. I'll be clear.
KF8, DTP, W8, WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Lori. Yeah, and if you got power supplies for your radios, turn them all on. No, I'm just kidding. Turn one of them on and sit on it. That'll keep you warm. K8, UIB, W8, WKY. John, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
NAWB from KA UIB. Good morning, Steph, and everybody out there on the net. And on this super Saturday morning, it is a super cold Saturday morning. And like Lori has said, the Maslin Amateur Radio Club, the field day event has been canceled. The water main coming into the building broke at the wall, and it's boiler heat on top of it, so that's no water and no heat in the building, you guys. And it is going to be a big repair. But let me see with that. I hope everybody's staying warm and staying on the warm side of the door, as I'm planning to do or trying to do. And it is field day, so I am definitely going to play some radio and try to make some contacts. That is for sure, you guys. And with that, you guys, I just want to say I hope everybody has a super and blessed weekend. This is K8 UIB. I'll hand this back over to Net Control. 7-3, y'all. Thanks for running the net, Stephen. Thanks for getting us in.
K8, UIB, W8, WKY, we do appreciate you, John and Lori. And, yeah, love it when there's a husband and wife team like the JAXs. So you guys got to get a little creative. Maybe find a call sign that's got sort of like the JAXs that you share, one W8, the other K8. Then we'll have two families that have that. But otherwise, we do appreciate you both for being here. We're going to move over to K8. CWS, W8, WKY. Corbin, if you are there, it is great to have you here this morning. You are up, my friend.
Good morning, everybody. K8 CWS here. Well, you're talking to a new general, so that's very exciting. I'm already playing some radio, enjoying my new privileges. No weather yet. They're telling us it's going to be later this evening down here. I think, let me check here. I got the temperature, something like, 3 degrees. Feels like -3. Light winds out of the northeast. It's cold out there. Stay on the warm side of the bed this morning if you know what's good for you. But not much else to share. Thanks so much for running the net, Stefan. I think maybe this is the first time we run into each other. But, yeah, much appreciated. I'll send it back to Net Control. This is K8 CWS 73s, everybody.
K8 CWS W8 WKY. We do appreciate that, Corbin. And congratulations on your general. And we actually have a session coming up February 7th. So our next session, if you go to the W8WKY.org website, you will see us on the website there for get examined, get tested, and you will also see that we are at the Rittman Fire Department. So if anybody's looking for an upgrade or an upgrade to extra, wink, wink, we can help you out there. We can help you with your tech, general, and extra tests, and we are now on exam tools, so that's pretty cool. All right, we're going to go over to, we have two more on our list, and we're going to go over to our fearless leader, fearless leader. I know there's a lot of fearless leaders on the net, but this one is the big dog right there, and he's been in the AIM window texting a lot right there, and we are going to go over to AHCS W8 WKY. Gary, you are up, my friends. Great to have you here this morning.
It's good to be here this morning, Stefan, and thank you for picking up the net this morning. Do appreciate that. I want to say congratulations to Corbin on getting his general. That is a euphoric achievement. I know it just is. It just is. Well, back in the day when I was licensing, I went from novice to general then. That was, I think they had a conditional license then as well, if you were like hundreds of miles away from an FCC test site. How things have changed, but that is just a fabulous achievement. And Corbin, have fun. That's all I can tell you. Well, I'm planning on heading out. Well, not planning. I am heading out to field day this afternoon. And again, I wanted to mention it is a collaborative endeavor between the Canton Amateur Radio Club and Sarah. Boy, I'll tell you, we had a great plan. Unfortunately, the location where we were was out a little bit, and it would have been difficult to get to or get away from if you had a bunch of snow. And so I think the prudent thing to do was what they did, and that is to they didn't cancel it. Yeah, no, they're not going to cancel it. We just moved the location. All that information is on our webpage, w8wky.org. It's all there for you. Just while the electricity's in, just go to the website. Everything you need to know about that is there. So w8wky.org. That's all I have, Stefan. Just wanted to pop in and say hello to everybody. 73. Hunker down. Don't be crazy, but we'll all get through this. We're all Ohioans. We've done this before, and we can do it again. Back to net. This is AAHCS. Stefan, take care, and we'll talk soon.
AAHCS W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Gary. Thank you for helming the ship of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Club. Thank you so much for that. All the many years since I've known you. So, very cool. And, yeah, we're Ohioans. Yeah, I think most part of that is we're high. We think we can just live here. And the JAXs were the smart ones. They got out. Well, we got a lot of friends who snowbird down there. KC8BKA, a good friend of ours, Frank Roman. He's down there in Panama City, and I got several other friends from Tri-C that have gone down there. And like I said, a good friend of mine is heading down there. Her husband passed, and they had a condo down there, so she's going down there to check everything out. And then, yeah, that'll be a sad trip for her. But she had some good times down there with Dick. So, not our Dick here in the club, a different Dick, Dick Stagliano. So, but anyways, WB6 BJN W8 WKY. Mark, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here today.
Hey, thank you, Stefan, and good to be here today. I think poor Jim, maybe he thought it was Tuesday, or maybe I missed him. I don't know. I was trying to get on the early bird list, and I think he ran out of time and didn't have a chance to get to me, and I was trying to check back in to get on the list, and
I think he kept saying that he heard Nancy, and I guess maybe I had a voice that sounded like a female. I don't know. Maybe I need to lower my voice more. Anyway, we're having fun. Let me do the weather here. Currently, let me flip this little switch over here onto the thing and see if I can get some conditions. 30.5, 0.7 on the barometer, and it is steady, real high barometer. It's 13.1 degrees. That in Clarksville, Tennessee, 13.1, and it feels like 1 out there because it's a little breezy. 76% on the relative humidity. 12 gusting to 14. My Tempest weather station isn't going to tell me if it's snowing. I have to call the airport. I don't think it's snowing yet. It's supposed to be snowing. I noticed the humidity is going up, so it's up to 76%. 7.0 on the dew point, so it's going up. So that's going to moisten up the atmosphere. So here's the deal. You guys in Ohio are going to get lots of snow. This is coming in 2 bands. One of those may be going through today. The other may go through tonight and tomorrow, and then bitterly cold air for everybody, even down here in Tennessee. Let me take a breath. And unfortunately for those who live further south into the Carolinas, even in parts of Middle Tennessee, southwestern Middle Tennessee, there's an ice problem that could happen with freezing rain, especially if the temperatures go up. I'm praying for snow, and the reason I am is because that will save us from having too many power outages, especially if it's nice, light, powdery snow. Do not want any freezing rain, because freezing rain could cause catastrophic damage to infrastructure, power lines, trees. It could become just a mess for a lot of people. And if you don't have sufficient heating, which I have electric heat here, and I may have to figure out a way to go find a warm spot, put lots of clothes on. But I'm telling you, it's a dangerous situation for a lot of people. There could be as much as 3/4 of an inch of ice in parts of the Carolinas, and even in parts of Middle Tennessee, southwest of me, could get a 1/2 inch of ice, a 1/4 inch ice. They say that we could get 1/10 of an inch ice here, and 6 inches of snow and a couple inches of sleet. So it could be a mess. Travel almost impossible. So that's what's going on. This is a major, major situation, and I'm telling everybody, be safe. If you don't have to go anywhere, don't, because you're not likely to get out of your driveway. Especially south. It's a bad situation for lots of folks in the south. So that's the deal. That's pretty much the weather in a nutshell, Stefan. And say prayers for us down here, because I'll tell you what, it could be tough as far as weather goes. Thank you, sir. And back over there to you, WB6DJ.
WB6BGN W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Mark. Thank you for the report. And yeah, that ice storms are some of the worst. They are beautiful, but not on the power lines. And I remember many years ago, was a big bad ice storm on the East Coast, and several people perished in that from other things, not just ice, but electrical lines falling and getting hit with the power coming out of those. And they actually did a movie on that, and I can't remember it, but there was some movie for that. So anyways, be very, 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 very careful. One moment, please. All right, this is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Saturday Barometer Net, and boy, is it cold outside. How cold is it? Well, it's cold. And I'm taking check-ins. So if you'd like to check in, please give me your call sign phonetically followed by alphanumerically. I have one person on my log. KE8TLB will be up first in this round of check-ins. And like I said, I got a bunch of stuff to do today, but take another round of check-ins and let me know if you are short time, mobile, or in and out, and we'll get you a little accordingly. So I appreciate all of you.
3333500 space 343213196.
Disruptive node, Alpha Bravo 8 Mike Oscar, AB8MO mobile, checking in and out.
Kilo to 8 Yankee Hotel Tango, KD8YHT.
Kilo Zulu 8 Tango Golf, KZ8TG, Tim and Navarre.
Joe in Willoughby, checking in via EchoLink.
Charlie Golf Charlie, checking in and out.
Try to get some of those. I didn't even hear those. The only one that I heard, let me get you Joe real quick on there. Joe, give me your call again, and I'll throw you on there. But then there was, right before you, there was a three-way crash. So Joe only, please.
November 8, Juliet, Kilo, Oscar, Joe in Willoughby via EchoLink.
All right, I got you there. I did get about four more. I did get a few more, but there was like a big crash of about 3 people. So if I could get you guys to come in and give a little space and see what we can do right there, the people that checked in.
Kilo Charlie 8 November Oscar Victor, KC8 NOV Marty Streetsboro.
KD8YHT Portable, Dave, Franklin.
AI5Q.
Whiskey 8 Charlie Golf Charlie.
KD8YHT, New Franklin.
Alpha 8 Charlie Tango, AA8CT, Craig and Shreve.
Kilo Delta 8, Uniform X-Ray Kilo, KD8UXK, Tony in Canton, in and out.
All right, let me pick it up there, and I'll give you what I got. And if I miss somebody, you can let me know. All right, we had KE8TLB, AB8MO, KD8YHG, KDZH. Sorry, I said H. KDZ8TG, NA, Joe got you there. At KC8 NOV, KD8YHT, W8 CGC, Alpha 8 Charlie Tango Craig, and I had KD8USK Tony in and out. Who did I miss?
India 5 Quebec AI5Q.
Kevin and Hiram.
All right, I know I heard 2 of you. Give me 1 second. Kevin, give me your call one more time, EGH.
Kilo Echo 8 Echo Golf Hotel, KE8EGH.
All right, and the other one sounded, and you both crashed, but the other one sounded like our friend who is president of Wayne County, if that's right. Give me your call again.
Alpha India 5 Quebec AI5Q.
All right, no problem. AI5Q. All right, let me start this out because I think this is probably going to be close to my quitting time after this one, just because I got a lot of stuff to do. But we're going to run back up to the top of the list and go to K8, TLB, W8, WKY. Randy, you are up, my friend, and I'll be picking up Ray after I get a little bit changed here and get ready to go. And bring her back to you, my friend, from my mom's house. And thank you both very much for helping Mom out when her transition back from the hospital. But you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning, Randy.
Hey, good morning, Stephen. Good morning, everyone. This is Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8TLB, Brandy and Ripman. Got a nice warm fire going. Sitting by it and drinking some coffee. Wow, it's nice. So, yeah, Steph, I got a truckload of firewood supposed to be here about 8:30. So, yeah. We'll get that unloaded real quick, as cold as it is, but yeah, I'll work on that over the weekend and get it put away. So, anyhow, okay, appreciate you getting me in, and yeah, I need to talk to you on the phone here, so whenever you get off the net, and appreciate you, and hope everyone has a great weekend. This is Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8TLB, 73, and God bless everyone.
KE8TLB, W8WKY, we do appreciate it. Thank you so much, my friend. And yeah, I'll give you a buzz as soon as I get done with the net today. So, moving on to AB8MO, he was in and out. We do appreciate that. And then going over to KD8YHG. Jay, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you this morning. W8WKY.
Was that KD8YHT?
Did you call in as YHT? If you did, I apologize for that. There was a lot of scramble this morning. If you're YHT, go ahead. I thought it was YHG.
Well, I've been called a lot worse, so this is no big deal. Well, we're ready here for the inclement weather that's coming. Generators are sitting in a warm garage, ready to start. The snowplow is on the Jeep, and I have a front end loader. I'm ready if I have to start stacking the snow. So we're ready. We've got plenty of food. We're just sitting inside waiting, and this is not bad. Being prepared is a good thing. So I'm not going to go out unless I have to. KD8YHT, everybody stay safe.
KD8YHT, W8WKY, thank you so much, David. We do appreciate that. And yeah, somehow I had you twice on my log. I don't know how that happened, but you know what? I will deal with that. I had a KDZ8TG, but that's not right. But if it sounds right, there was just a big crash today, and I do apologize for that. KD8Z8TG or something to that effect. I know who you are, but give me your call again, and I'll get you correct.
Good morning. It's a tongue. That could be what the T stands for. It's a tongue twister. Kilo Zulu 8 Tango Golf. Good to hear everybody on this morning. Good to hear everybody staying safe and warm for the most part, except for the couple mobiles that are out there. So good luck to you guys. I didn't have to go out today. A couple notes here. I got my ticket already for Hamvention. DX Engineering selling them. I just learned that last year. So they just got them, I think, Wednesday or Thursday, and I got one on Thursday. So did that this week. I did have to go out last night. I used kerosene heat as a backup emergency heat just in case, and I had a couple of them that I'd had forever, survived multiple moves and stuff, and I'd given them away over the summer, and my wife reminded me last night. She said, we don't have a kerosene heater, so we had to run out and got one of the last few in town, so there's that. And then lastly, he was talking to John and Lori earlier, and you said, hey, they should get like a novelty call sign that go together, kind of like the JAX. And first thing that came to my mind was one of them could be TIG and the other one could be ERS. So I think they'll get that. It's a Maslin thing. So anyway, with that, I'll get off here before I time it out. Everybody have a good one. KZ8TG mobile, or not mobile. Kilo Zulu 8 Tango Golf 73. Everybody.
KZ88T. There it is again. You need to change your call. I'm just kidding. KZ88TG. There it is. Boy, that's yeah. I know you. I've done stuff with you. I know. It's just the call, man. Whatever it is this morning with the call. So W8WKY, we do appreciate you though, Tim. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. NAJKO W8WKY. This one I can't mess up because Joe. I worked with Joe at Troy C, so it's great to have you here this morning, Joe.
Good morning, Net Control, and good morning, everybody on the net. This is N8JKO via EchoLink. Up here in beautiful Willoughby, Ohio, along the north coast, we have 1 degree at 51% humidity. And no snowfall yet. We're counting our blessings with a 27% cloud cover. Anyway, this has been quite the week. Unfortunately, Stefan, we lost someone that we know at the college. Adam, who used to work in Smart TV and then transferred over to Equipment Services. He collapsed at work. Unfortunately, we lost him. This week also quite the bumper crop. Finished the book, waiting for the last technical edit. Got the confirmation about Hamcation. I am presenting on Saturday at 3:30 in CS1. So anybody from Northern Ohio that's coming down, please be sure to come down and heckle me. Otherwise, finishing up the PowerPoint for that show, finished up another antenna design, and we are all ready for the storm. Generators set, propane cylinders are charged, the gas tanks are filled, flashlights, all 15 of them are re-batteried, so this way we're good, and of course the blankets and a cheap excuse to have hot cocoa or coffee. So with that, I'll send it back to Net Control with the best wishes to everyone. Please take care, stay safe, please. God bless, and 7-3. N8JKO, back to Net Control.
NAJKO W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Joe. Yeah, Gina Brinker called me this week, and she said to me that we lost Adam. And, yeah, I had heard that because they were looking for, to see if I wanted to come back and do something for a while, and I told them I would love to do that. I would do that in a second, but unfortunately I have a project that I got to get done by the end of February. That's going to consume most of my time. So, but yeah, I was very, very sad to hear about Adam. And I think right before I retired in 23, I did one of my last video things in the 5th floor or whatever, 3rd floor of one of the Metro building there, and he was there doing one of the live streams. So, yep, Adam, he's a good guy there, and I'm sorry to hear that. But like I said, Gina let me know this week, but thank you, Joe, for also letting me know. KC8NOV W8WKY. Marty, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
Kilo Charlie 8 November Oscar Victor, everyone on the net. Good morning, Stefan, and everyone. Just minus 4 degrees here in Streetsboro, Ohio. Feels like minus 4. It's getting cold. On behalf of the Summit County Skywarn team, I'd like to make an announcement here. We do have the winter storm warning for much of Ohio. We do have snow coming our way. We just want to let you know that the Summit County Skywarn team will be monitoring the 146.64 machine and the Summit County Eries repeater on the 444.55 machine. Starting probably tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be all day snow, so probably starting noon tomorrow, we're going to start probably taking storm totals for the NWS. So we'll make an announcement on the repeaters, and anybody there in the Summit County area that can measure any snow will take any reports for the NWS. Thanks, Stefan. This is KC8NOV.
KC8NOV W8WKY. We do appreciate you, Marty, and the group there. Yep, it's great thing to have some people that are monitoring for storms and things like that. And also, you never know. Every once in a while, you get a distress call that you can help out with, and that's what amateur radio is all about. K8EGH, W8WKY. Kevin, you're up, my friend, down there in Geauga County, out there, not far from my friends the Burnett's, who I go fishing with every year in Lake Norris, Tennessee. It's actually not Lake Norris, but that's the lake we go to. But it's La Follette is the city that's right next door, or where it's in, kind of. You're up, Kevin. It's great to have you.
Good morning, everybody. I got -5 or something like that. I see. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely cold. I myself got the generator ready. Generators, because I try to help my tenants out. So got that ready. Got everything, gas and all that good stuff. Provisions. I gotta go out and get a couple more things. But you never know. And if you're running space heaters, be careful with those. Geauga County had, I believe it was like 3 or 4 house fires in a row the other night due to, and I think 1 or 2 of them were due to space heaters not being in the proper locations and not being used right. But so be careful with that and alternative heat. So other than that, everybody be safe, stay warm, stay inside, and if you need anything, call KE8EGH.
K8EGHW8WKY. So what you're saying, Kevin, is we're not supposed to put the space heater on the bales of hay in the barn? I apologize. My dad was a dairy farmer, and when I was very, very young, and we used to go to a lot of dairy farms and other places to visit. And I saw some things when I was a kid that probably would be very dangerous today. That's all I'm saying. So anyways, but we do appreciate you, Kevin. Thank you for being there. And I know you know the Burnett's. So, yeah, you're down there, over there, down there, whatever that is. I don't know my directions, but I know where to go. It's great to have you here. W8CGC, W8WKY. Charles, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here today.
Yeah, this is Whiskey Charlie Golf Charlie. Chuck, balmy 4 degrees here. I just got back from Florida. My wife and I have been gone since actually we've been gone from Ohio most of the summer, and we actually left home in about the end of September, and we got home on Thursday, just when this really cold stuff happened, and we had left Florida and went up through the East Coast up to Virginia Beach, and then headed home on Thursday, just in time for really bad weather. Of course, we had to winterize the camper in this and get it put away, and we are glad to be home, I think, although on Friday morning I wished that I was still in Florida. I just wanted to check in on the net and listen to what was going on back here in Elyria. I haven't been on FM at all since I left town. And obviously not on the net, although I should have probably gotten on with EchoLink a couple of times. But I just wanted to say good morning to everyone. Good, balmy 4 degrees, and hope that everybody is staying safe and doing well. And I'm going to say 73 and give it back to the net. This is Whiskey Charlie Golf Charlie.
W8CGC, before you leave, this is NAWB. Just want to know, I know the voice, but I just want to make sure it's the voice that I know. I believe that Bill and I were at your house building batteries, and you showed me your Mac laptop interface for the FlexRadio. Is this the same Chuck that I'm thinking of?
Roger, that's me. I carried that battery pack with me and did a couple of activations in, I did one in California, Arizona, Florida, North Carolina, and Virginia on this last trip.
Well, I'm glad that I knew who you were by your voice, so appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, we'll have to get together again one of these days with Bill, and Bill's got a new laser printer that's pretty cool. He's printing these little metal cards with call signs on them for certain friends, and I'm sure you're one of them. And if you tell him, he'll print you one of these. Looks like a credit card, but it's a metal card that's got your call sign on it. Pretty cool with the laser printer, but we'll definitely talk. And I love my battery. I got to do a little work on it. I lost a cell on it, so I got to replace the cell. But Bill gave me a new one, so I'll get that done. A8CT W8WKY. Craig, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here today.
W8WKY. Good morning, Stefan. Well, I'm going to keep it short because you want to leave, and there's a lot of people in back of me yet, so I'm just going to remind everybody, before you go out, think about how long you're going to have to stay out and maybe dress appropriately because we want everybody to be safe. We want to keep the family as much intact as possible. So with that, good morning to all the Barometer Netters. Take care, be safe. Have a great field day. I was looking at the band conditions, and they're looking not too bad. So I'm going to turn it back to you, Stefan. Thank you for being the NCO. And this is AA8CT turning it back to net control. And thanks to all. Be careful and have a fun weekend. And yes, we do have some weather coming. 73s.
A8CT W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here. K8UIB, if you heard what he said, that's a good idea for a T-shirt. I don't know if Craig coined it, but if he did, you can give him credit. The little tiny letters underneath, but the Hamley, that's pretty good. I like that. I love you, Craig. It's great to have you here, my friend. We had KD8USK who was in and out. Solomon, I want to say thank you so much for that. And our last person on the net before we move over to Carrie to close us out, but that will be AI5Q. AI5Q. Charis, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today. W8WKY.
Well, thanks, Stefan. AI5Q here. I'm just running some natural gas processing plants remotely because the guys have been out all night and trying to keep things going in the cold. We lost a lot of gas due to some producers shutting in wells, and we're running on minimum flows and recycling as much as we can, and it's been a bear. I've been up since 4:30 working on this stuff, trying to give them a little bit of relief and some help from the engineering perspective. So it's been kind of rough, and it's going to be a rough day and a rough storm. If things keep going this way and we keep losing more gas, we're going to have a lot more problems. So hopefully we can keep enough gas going to keep the houses warm. That's the main goal. That's what we care about, is making sure there's enough gas in the system to keep everybody warm. But yeah, we're just fighting the good fight, and got a conference call at 11 to touch base with all of management. So there you go. Anyway, great to hear you. It's been fun listening along while I'm working, and we'll say 73 back to net control.
AI5Q W8WKY, we appreciate you being here, Joris. Thank you so much. And yeah, I used to run the all the labs, the computer labs, the Mac labs, on all 7 campuses of Tri-C, doing whatever I needed to do, but never processing gas and doing the job like you're doing from your living room. And I didn't have like a one button that I could press and then like the whole thing would just go offline or whatever, and then, you know, a lot of people, but I just had a one button press and I could accidentally image 300 or 400 computers and then be in a whole heap of trouble. But I'm glad to hear that you're on the cause and on the case, and thank you so much for what you do for all of us, and thank you to everyone who does stuff behind the scenes that we don't even think about. We just turn on light switches and we turn up our heat, and we don't even realize that there are people behind there. And we want to say thank you to everyone, anybody that's listening, and even the people that plow our roads and stuff, because they go out in teams and they do it. We want to say thank you to that. All right, we are at the bottom of the list, and I'm going to close this down because I got a lot of stuff that I got to do, but I'm going to send it over to W8CTM, and you will not believe this, Carrie. You are number 42. W8CTM, W8WKY, in the old catbird seat. 42, my friend. It's great to have you here today. And I would say, go. You're up.
Good Good morning, Stefan, and good morning to all the check-ins and listeners out there on this super Saturday morning. Well, it doesn't look too bad out there. Probably a lot better than it'll look tomorrow morning, that's for sure. But, we all got warning it's coming. But hopefully we don't get as much snow as they're predicting. I think they're talking 12 to 16 inches, somewhere around that. I don't know. I have no idea, but hopefully we don't get that much. But I'm pretty happy. I got my snowblower all repaired this winter. I haven't used it for the last 3 years, and in fact, it still had old gas in it, and I had a guy, he put a new carburetor on it and cleaned it all up and got it running like new again, so I'm ready for it. Not that I want to get out there in these cold temperatures we're going to be having, but at least I have a way to get my car out of the garage if I need to go out. But hopefully I don't need to go out for a few days here, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, hope everybody has a good Super Saturday out there, and the weekend goes well for everybody, and everybody's furnace keeps running, and water keeps running. That's pretty important there. I was happy this morning when I got up. My faucets are dripping, and my furnace was running quite well, but it's right. I hate to see the gas bill we're going to get this month, but oh well, that's the way life is. You got to pay to play. Anyway, hope everybody has a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and maybe even do a random act of kindness. That's always a good thing to do, too. So with that, I'll say 73 and turn it back to N8WB there. And, Stefan, you can wrap it up. And I know you're going to be busy today, so hopefully it'll be all good. So with that, 73, and back to you, Stefan, to wrap it up. Everybody have a super Saturday out there.
W8CTM, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Kerry. Now, I didn't hear the numbers like that you said for the inches of snow. I didn't hear it even up in the 10s. The 10s or 15 inches of snow. But I'm going to stay off that weather channel. Whichever one you're watching, I'm not going to turn to that one. Whatever that one is, I'm not turning to it. But I know we're going to get some snow. Let's hope not that much, because there's a lot of people depending, especially older people. I keep my eye on my mother and stuff like that. And so does my brother. He lives in Streetsboro. I live in Medina County, and Mom lives in Brunswick. But other than that, I want to thank everyone who participated in today's net, and I do appreciate you, by the way, Kerry, for always checking us in. And thank you for everyone who was here today. Don't forget breakfast at Bueller's in Wadsworth on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. And also, amateur radio is used effectively these times right here. You're looking at them. When there's trouble, when there is situations, and everything else goes down, amateur radio is there. So if you're listening and you want to get your license, hamstudy.org is the first place you might want to go to. It's a free site. You can open up an account free there. You can study for the test, for the technician test if you don't have any license. You can also study for your general and extra there. And while you're there, you can sign up for a test session right from there. It'll throw it in the exam tools for the rest of us who run exam tools. And then we'll have you ready to go. We actually have one person signed up for the February test right now. We had a little bit of snafu with ARRL, but that is being corrected, and that for the our dates not being on the page. I know I sent them to Stephanie, but sometimes that stuff gets followed up, but that has been addressed. So those should show up next week, and then for the rest of the year, we shouldn't have a problem at all. So that being said, I am going to say we had 42 check-ins today, 42 of them. That's pretty good. And I also want to say thank you to our listeners, as I said a second ago. This repeater is returned to normal amateur use. N8WB and W8WKY are both clear. I have to call Mr. KATLB in a minute, and I got to go to my mother's house in a short bit after that and pick up his lovely wife and bring her back home. She was kind enough to be with my mom for a couple days this week. when she was out of the hospital in between when I was there for a day. All right, everyone, have a great day. Stay warm, stay safe, and if you don't have to go out of the house, don't. Apparently, this part of the day is going to be too bad. Midnight is when we're supposed to be getting the big snow, so everyone be safe. November 8, Whiskey Bravo, clear.
Would you like one more for the numbers, Stefan, to make it number 43, WA8KOC here?
November 8, Mike, Whiskey Yankee 44.
November 8, Whiskey Bravo, Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, you're still there. You have some fellas that would like to get on the list in and out. Are you there, Stefan?